the Student Solutions Catalog. This will help you have what you need, not just every piece in the world, but have what you need and actually use what you have. It'll help you find music to solve common problems that everyone sees. It'll help give you tips for solving some of the issues. It'll help you stay organized, because how many of you are organized with all the digital music that you have? It's just hard to stay organized. And it will definitely save you of time in planning for your regular students. It'll help you plan for recitals. It'll help you plan for festivals and all kinds of things. So the beauty of it is it's completely free, and we're really excited to give it to you today and show it to you. So guess what? We put this all together, and I actually just told this to Amanda yesterday. We didn't even realize it, but it was 88 pages. Now, how serendipitous is that, right? So 88 pages, yes, of course, it's a huge resource. That's what Amanda said yesterday. But then we realized, oh, wait, it's piano. It's 88 pages. Oh, my goodness, that's so cool. So anyway, we're excited about that. It's huge. Okay, so let me show you what's in it. First of all, there's 4 sections. The first section is student problems and solutions. I'll tell you what that's about in a minute. There's a rhythm section. There's a special categories and special series section, and then a games and recital templates section that is just like a catalog. It's not as involved as the others. There's an index of URLs. So if, for instance, you know that you really want the piece Bison back and you don't know where it is on Compose Create, you could just go and look at the index of URLs and it'll show you exactly where it's at. It has a regular index that Amanda spent hours on, and you can thank her for that. But if you're looking for something like, let me look, dexterity issues, you can see it's on page 11 because you looked under the Ds. If you look under Bs and you're looking for just black key music, you can see it's on page 66 and 67. If you're looking for music with, let's see, if you're looking for animal music, page 64. There's all kinds of ways to use the index. So we're super glad about that, or excited about that. Now, the table of contents, everything is clickable. Again, thank Amanda for that. So all you have to do is look through the table of contents and say, oh, this looks interesting. Here's a whole page on 2-note slurs. If you click on it, it'll take you right to the page. So in this case, if you click on the page that says fourths, boom, it goes straight to page 9. And on page 9, you'll see all the music that specifically focuses on page 4s, as well as a tip and an actual exercise for you to give your student to help them with that awkwardness of 1 and 4 and 2 and 5. That's just a really awkward thing happening with the fourths. If you go back to the table of contents and you check, you see steady beat, page 26, click on it, guess what? Boom, right there, you're on page 26. And all the music that specifically will help a student with steady beat is right there. Now, we did not just put every piece of music that qualified, for instance, on steady beat. There's all kinds of music you could use for steady beat. We hand selected the ones that we really thought would be integral in helping a student be able to hear whether they're pausing or not pausing. So this is not just a general catalog where we organized it by topic, although that would have actually been interesting as well. But we specifically hand chose these things to help you be more effective in your teaching. All the images are clickable. So if you see cluck, cluck, moo, and you say, oh, that looks interesting for teaching steady beat, all you have to do is click on it, and it's going to go straight to cluck, cluck, moo on Compose Create. Maybe you already have it. Maybe you just want to see the video of it, but it'll go straight to cluck, cluck, moo, and every single image is like that. So pretty cool. Okay, so let me just take you through it real quick so you know what it's covering. The first section about musical problems and solutions covers things like pieces that are easier than they sound, because we always need those. Pieces that only have steps, so only seconds. Pieces that have seconds and thirds. Pieces that have seconds, thirds, and fourths. Pieces, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. And then finger dexterity. A student who's weak in one hand, this will help your finger dexterity. Bass clef reading. What about students who really struggle reading the bass clef, but they're great at the right hand, or at the treble clef? Then this particular page has pieces that we've selected to help them with that. Left hand development, together playing, that combination in there. Bass clef for both hands. I think every single student I've ever introduced treble clef, because that's the next page, treble clef for both hands, has always messed that up, right? And so there's actually pieces that have treble clef for both hands in there and bass clef. Shaping the phrase. Now I could give you a bunch of music that will be musical, but you want a phrase that's 4 measures long because it's way too hard to shape 2-measure phrase when you're young. So you want that are only 4 measures length, so that's what this page is going to have. Out of position playing, do you have students stuck on the black keys? Those first 5 pieces are all about that. How about students stuck in middle C position? The set of pieces are about position, moving them out of that. Then of course there's another page of this one. I neglected to mention that this everything's by level, by order. And so at the very beginning, that's the easiest piece, and then it progresses to more difficult pieces as you go. And so everything should be in relative level of difficulty. Students who have trouble playing softly, there are some soft pieces for them. Playing loudly. In addition, there's some insight. Sometimes it's a musical tip that's on the page. Sometimes it's an insight into why students have difficulty, which really helps us be more patient and kind, and really even helps our own creativity in figuring out how to help them better. 2-note slurs, observing rests, shifting meter, and then compound meter. So super excited about that section. The second section is on rhythm solutions. This will give you a little more clarity on how to use our rhythm curriculum. So what order do the books go in? What's a supplement? What's a part of the regular curriculum? What if you're teaching dotted quarter notes that week and you want to know which book has dotted quarter note exercises in it? You can look at our scope and sequence chart, which is in this catalog, and you'll be able to see exactly where to go to find those dotted quarter notes. It'll talk about my first rhythm cup explorations, just some explanations, what's contained there. If you've never seen some of these things, just give you more information about them. And then rhythm cup explorations as well. There's also a page in there about the streaming tracks. So if you want to know where to find the streaming tracks for your kids so they practice at home, that page is in there as well. Okay, then we're also excited about this section because a lot of times teachers would ask us, well, can you give us more information about rote and reading music? What rote and reading music would be good for this student or this student? Here is a page just on rote and reading. What about music my adult student would love? Again, here this is. What about teens? What about all your short sheets? Where are all of those and what do they drill? This actually lists exactly what they drill, what level they're at, what position they're in. Surprises and extra musical sounds. Do you want a piece that you're knocking on the piano or clapping? That's what the page is about. Music, if you need an impressive piece. Audience participation music. If you've ever used one of these, I know you want another one. So this one actually will show you what music we have. Glissando music, self-explanatory. Modal music. We get this question a lot. And I think it's because at auditions, sometimes teachers or students are supposed to have a piece of modal music. And so we have particular pieces with the modes written underneath them. And some of them you might be surprised about. They're not just the typical seven mode system that we used to, or we use in piano all the time. They use like a melodic minor mode 5, those kinds of modes too. So you'll be interested maybe to see what kind of modes I use when I'm composing. Then sacred music, of course, some of you need that. Pet Shop series, if you're interested in music about pets, the All Cooped Up series has a whole page. Beginning music for kids. And then there's a page of beginning music for teens and adults. So this is music just for beginners. Fall and Halloween music might be handy this year. Holiday and Christmas music is organized by level. So elementary, there's a page of intermediate, there's a page of advancing, and things like that. The games and recital templates, that's pretty self-explanatory. The whole goal here is to help you have what you need and use what you have. It's to help you be organized about what you're doing and planning, and then also to help you plan more easily for things like recitals and things like that. So this, of course, is completely free, all right? But there's 2 ways to get it. You can get it for $0 in the store, and I would highly recommend you get it for $0 in the store because it's going to need to be updated every year. And so in the summer of every year, we're going to update it. And if you've gotten it in the store, we're just going to replace the file in the store, and you can re-download it every year at the end of the summer and have an updated version. If you don't want to go through the store, it won't ask you for your credit card unless you're buying something else, but you do have to fill in your name and your email and things like that. However, you can also just get it free on the website, no questions asked. You don't have to put an email address in. You don't even have to put your first name in. You just can get it on the website. So you should be able to get that. So let me put that real quick. I'm going to put up in the chat, you should be able to see now there's a place for you to add the student solutions to the cart. And if you just click on that, it'll add it to your cart. It's $0, or copy down that website address and you can go and get it a little bit later. Just remember, you'll have to remember to go ahead and update it yourself every year. You'll have to download it at the end of the summer because we'll have to get a revised copy. Okay.